Welcome to the Mouse Bros podcast. Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm his brother Randy. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at the Mouse Bros. We'll be releasing new episodes every Friday, so make sure you subscribe to get the latest podcast. If you have any suggestions for upcoming shows or just want to say hi, you can email us at mousecabrospodcast@gmail.com.
If you're planning your next Disney destination or Universal Orlando vacation, you're going to want to reach out to me, Ryan Noppinger, with Capture the Magic Vacations. You can reach me at ryan.noppinger at ctmvagent.com. This is a no-cost-to-you service to use me as your travel agent. I'll make sure you get the best vacation package or deal for your whole family. I can also help make dining reservations and plan fast passes to make planning your Disney vacation less stressful and more magical.
On today's episode, we are talking about our practically perfect day at Animal Kingdom. We'll each go through 3 attractions, 1 quick service, 1 table service, 1 snack, 1 show, 1 meet and greet, and 1 shopping experience. But as always, Ryan, the original Jedi Noppinger, how are you today?
I'm fantastic, and I actually will agree with that one because I am the OG Jedi. OGJ for short.
OGJ
is what I'm called on the streets. Just kidding.
What
Nobody.
Streets?
I don't know.
Like
my
Main
pathway
Street?
from the car to in the house.
It's like not on Main Street. So like
No.
nothing with Disney at all.
No,
Huh?
nothing. All right. What? Animal Kingdom. What? Now this is our last of our practically perfect day, right?
Well,
Well, at least for the 4 parks.
Yeah, for the parks, you could do like the hotels, or practically perfect day at like Disney Springs. Maybe change up the format a little bit.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Disney
that's a good one.
Springs. Maybe
I feel
just
like-
all
yeah.
shopping.
I feel like we don't give
and
love to
eating.
that.
Yeah.
Love to
Maybe
that
even
area.
Disneyland, California Adventure, practically perfect day.
Yeah.
I haven't talked about that in a while.
Comment below or send us an email if that's something that you would want to hear.
Because we really actually enjoy doing these because it's kind of all made up and
Yeah,
it's whatever, like you're feeling at least for that kind of day.
Yeah.
It could change,
No, absolutely.
especially with everything else opening and brand new.
Yeah. I think this one will be somewhat similar. I think we have the same styles for Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. I was going to say that too. I especially think because usually Animal Kingdom for us isn't a full day park, even though now it actually potentially could be a full day park, and I'm sure it is for other families. But
with Ventura now
since Animal Kingdom's opened, it's always felt like that kind of half day park. Because even like the nightlife, there isn't a whole lot going on, but there's a lot of stuff that they've added, like the Rivers of Light show, to kind of help the nightlife. But
now they're even doing like special events, like extra magic hours at Animal Kingdom at night. So
yeah, the after hours events.
Yeah.
They're swinging them basically to all the parks, which is pretty cool. But
It's a dark park at night.
Yeah. That's why I think it's not like the best for a nightlife, but they're trying.
They
are trying. And that's all they can do.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump right into our attractions. I can start first. We can go through my 3 attractions. So my first attraction on the practically perfect day at Animal Kingdom would be Flight of Passage. This one to me is a no-brainer. I can already feel, Ryan, that like you probably have this on your list too. This is just an absolute must-do on a practically perfect day at Animal Kingdom. It's a great ride. It's a ride that anybody can do. The technology involved in the ride is amazing. Like having the Banshee breathe on your legs is phenomenal. Having I don't know how to explain it, but like having that mist hit you when you go by the waterfall.
No, I know. I always try to explain that, and I don't know the best way to explain that, because it's, you say it's like a 3D wet attraction, but when you're in a 3D attraction, it's kind of hard, like, because you just get wet. And you get that mist from Flight of Passage it's not necessarily like another 3D attraction. Like I relate it to kind of like the Muppets, I guess. You watch the Muppets and it's the water scene with Fozzie.
Right.
And it's just like you just feel drops of water on you.
It's like a stream of water kind of hitting you that actually gets you wet, like you said.
Yes, but it is like a mist, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. And I know if you're listening, you're probably like, if you've never ridden it, you're like, what are they talking about? But as soon as you ride it and you feel the mist, you're like, oh my gosh, like where did that come from? Yeah, crazy.
It's pretty epic. Well, as to no surprise, it's also one of my attractions for my practically perfect day. So yeah, it's that immersive land that then puts you into just a tremendous attraction that puts you deeper into the whole entire storyline of, Pandora and Avatar, to then ride on the back of a Ikran, what they call a Banshee, for that, which is just absolutely awesome, fantastic storyline of it all. I don't know. I just get like speechless because I don't know how else to describe it like any more than like it's been said. Soaring plus Star Tours is what I've heard. It's like
right, but it's not as aggressive as Star Tours.
Yes, but yeah, like you said, it's not that aggressive as Star Wars, but it's still that just breathtaking experience.
Absolutely,
that's the only way that I can perfectly try to describe it.
Absolutely, it will be interesting to see if they update it once the sequels come out. Like update it in the sense of change the story of like why you're flying or like where you fly to.
Yeah, it could still be, I think it could still be the kind of the rite of passage, the flight of passage, literally, of the Banshee experience, being attached to a Banshee for like kind of the first time, but maybe it's flying just through different areas of the new movies.
Yeah.
Which would be
That'd be interesting.
Anything else on Flight of Passage? I know we kind of...
No, I really don't know.
It's both of ours,
yes.
And it's definitely one that we'd stick together on.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about your second one?
All right, my second one is Kilimanjaro Safaris. This is, it's such a unique ride because it's the only ride of its kind at Disney. Really even like Universal. You know what I mean? Like there's no ride really that you can ride through the savannah or whatever and look at like real live animals. There's no screens, there's no party tricks. It's a safari. It's looking at animals, and that's just such a crazy experience.
And it's the only kind of I say free floating vessel, but it's a ride vehicle that can drive basically wherever it wants because it's technically it is a huge truck.
Right, but it's not a form of transportation.
Right. No, yeah, but it still holds guests through an attraction. I guess is the difference,
Absolutely.
Which is again really, really awesome. No surprise again. It's also one of my 3 attractions for my practically perfect day. You're in Animal Kingdom. You might as well see animals while you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is called Animal Kingdom, so just like you said, you might as well just see animals.
And it's cool too that it can be different every time you ride, and it's kind of it's just the positioning of the animals on what animals you see or may not see.
Right.
Which
Absolutely.
is again interesting, or how active they might be too.
Right.
Which is really, really cool. A lot of the times, like the lions are sleeping tonight.
Okay.
That was bad.
Okay, that was bad.
But you liked it. I know. But
moving on.
No, sometimes though they usually do sleep, but only like maybe 2 or 3 times I've actually seen them like up or like kind of half roaring or anything like that, which is a really, really, really cool experience.
It's interesting that I said no party tricks earlier, but like you talking about the lions, just made me think of this of like how cool it is that they position the lions where they position them. So like when it first opened, the lions were never seen because lions are only active like, I don't know, 5 hours out of a day, kind of like you. That was stupid.
No,
that was bad.
Okay. Just skip over.
Anyways, but they're only active like 5 hours, and it's normally at night. So they're sleeping during the day and they like to be warm. So they actually took like heaters and basically is heating the top of that rock area So that's where the lions sleep, on the heater, so we can actually see them sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, no party tricks, but it's kind of just that smart kind of outsmarting the animals. I mean, not
I
really,
guess.
but like,
Right.
like even the natural barriers. So some of the bigger animals don't cross the tracks. Like when you're not the giraffe area, but other areas like the lions and stuff. There's hidden barriers that you can't see, but they're there.
Oh yeah, there's like a 30-foot drop in between you and the lions.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you would have no
and
idea.
it could even just be a moat, and you're
Right.
looking right at the moat. But that's something that animal won't cross,
Right.
which is
Yeah, it's just
interesting.
Yeah.
Like cool
It's-
that they thought of that to do that.
it's like a science almost.
It's like a science.
All right, my third attraction.
Do you want to say it, or can I? I mean, is it the same as mine? Do you know what mine is? The
Yes,
third
I know.
one?
I think I know what yours is.
Okay, is it the same as yours?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, then go ahead.
Okay, so mine is Expedition Everest.
Okay.
I had to flip a coin on this though between Expedition Everest and Dinosaur, which I'm assuming is yours. But, like Expedition Everest is such a cool ride. It goes backwards. It was like the first roller coaster to do that. On the East Coast or something. I don't know, something like that. Sure.
Yeah, hard-hitting fact
Never
here.
looked that up for me. And then Dinosaur is really cool because it takes you back in time, and you're looking at dinosaurs and they're like really in front of you. This is why I had to flip a coin, because Expedition Everest has the Disco Yeti. So that's why like that kind of gets like a minus for me. And then Dinosaur gets a minus because it's just a bunch of black rooms. So I flipped the coin and it landed, for Expedition Everest. So that's why Expedition Everest is my third.
Did you actually flip a coin?
Yeah, I did. I seriously did. I seriously did. I was busy.
Pre-podcast, just sitting there flipping a coin. Well, I don't like that result. I'll flip it again. Best 2 out of 3.
That's right. No, I seriously flipped the coin. I was like, whatever it is. And that's...
What kind of coin was it? A penny? We talking penny? Quarter?
It was a quarter.
Silver dollar?
It was a quarter.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you flip a penny? Is that... What other coin do you flip other than a quarter?
Any other coin?
I know, but you don't... I don't know.
You can flip a dime if you want.
You could, but you don't see it. Why?
I don't know, because if you reach in your pocket and you're probably grabbing the biggest thing in there.
So you can see it.
No.
Heads or tails?
No, I don't know. Just because it's like got a big surface area,
From
and it
here,
might be easier
from here
to flip.
on out, I'm only flipping nickels.
Okay,
That has nothing to do with this, but I just thought, I don't know. I thought that was really, really funny. So anyway, my third attraction, which you don't know what it is.
What is it?
All right, it's Dinosaur. All right, it's Dinosaur. And all I have to say is Dinosaur. It's dinosaurs, time travel, and Claire Huxtable. I mean, who doesn't? What more do you need? And when I mean Claire Huxtable, it's Felicia Rashad. The actress is her real name, Felicia. But yeah, everybody knows her as Claire Huxtable because why not? But anyway, no, I really, really enjoy that attraction. And so does my wife really, really enjoy that attraction. So to be on my practically perfect day is definitely a, quote, must do for my practically perfect day. I really, really like dinosaurs, and especially the whole kind of theme of it for time travel to go back and get a dinosaur, which is pretty cool. And then they recently related, or not recently, but when they kind of updated it, they updated it to reflect the movie Dinosaurs, the Disney movie Dinosaurs that probably no one knows about. That
Did you say recently?
No, I know. I said recently, and I think it was literally...
Dinosaur came out in like 2003.
Yeah, I know. Well, back then, like 2005, or whenever they updated the attraction, they included the Iguanodon in it, which is pretty cool. At least it kind of relates somewhere in the middle there. But the whole storyline of, Dr. Seeker and I can't remember Claire Huxtable's name in... They might not say it. But anyway, we quote it every time we get on it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
But also, I did not flip a coin, but I flipped a coin in my head, and I landed on dinosaurs.
Right. And really, if my coin would have went the other way, I would have been okay with putting Dinosaur on there. I think it's just a tie between Dinosaur and Expedition Everest.
Yeah, had it been a fourth attraction, our list would match.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it would be different if Dinosaur didn't have as much black rooms in it, and it was, you had dinosaurs or something all the time, and it was just crazy. And then also if it wasn't a Disco Yeti, right? If the Yeti still moved, I don't know, in Form A, or I can't remember what they call it. But if they, if it moved how it originally was programmed, it would be a different type of attraction. So I'm not trying to nick these two. I'm just saying that they're like on the same level because they both have their flaws.
Yeah. And if we did, like, let's say our perfect day came out to be, we would most likely legitimately flip a coin to see if we'd go on Dinosaur.
Yeah, no, that's why I actually flipped a coin, because if we did have only one day where we got to pick 3 attractions, I think we would actually flip a coin to see which one we did. Yeah, I completely agree with that statement.
Well, let's see how much further of a day that we'd be together hanging out. What do you have for quick service?
All right, so for quick service, I've only eaten there once, and it was very good. I very much enjoyed it. Finding a lot of places that are gluten intolerant it's not hard in Disney, but it's not easy. Right? You can't just like walk up anywhere and be like, I need all of your gluten-free stuff. Because if it's like a quick service, they're not going to have a lot. At a restaurant, especially a Disney-owned restaurant, you can find anything gluten-free. The chef will come out and talk to you and, make something special for you if that's what you need. But at a not Disney-owned restaurant, it is a little hard. So for my quick service, I went with the Flame Tree Barbecue. It's got it's very good ribs, very good pulled pork, and you can eat that stuff without having like a bun or anything. So if you're looking for barbecue in the park, I very much recommend this because it is very good.
So for me, we would not be eating together, at least at lunch. We would not be eating together for quick service. Mine's Satuli Canteen.
Okay.
In the world of Pandora. Really, really, kind of all fresh ingredients. I usually get, all the time, most of the time, I get the chicken bowl. I have gotten the fish before, not the best, but I definitely prefer the chicken. Just how they grill it is really, really, really delicious. They used to have kind of a grain rice mixture, but they just recently kind of switched that out with a kind of lo mein noodle, which I had the last time, which was still pretty good. I think I'd rather want a rice kind of grain mixture, but the noodles weren't bad. And then after that, I really, really love the blueberry cream cheese mousse. It looks like it's not just like a blueberry cream cheese mousse. You have to go look at a picture of it, honestly, because it does look like it's something that is, very Pandora kind of influenced, which is really, really awesome. It doesn't look like something that, you'd get at any other restaurant around your hometown. Which is cool.
It makes it look like it's not from this world.
Exactly. But it still tastes like it's from this world.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was in between that because I do love a good bowl. I like when everything's just in one plate and you can just like scoop it all into your mouth at once.
It is good.
Yeah, it is good.
It is really, really good. How about your table service?
So my table service, I have not eaten there. I think we're eating there in January. We are not. I just got the signal. We are not.
No, because
that is false statements.
I know. For whatever reason, we couldn't make a reservation for our party size there, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I think you're talking about the same restaurant I'm going to be talking about. So we're going to have dinner together
at Yak and Yeti.
Yes, that is absolutely right.
Like I said, I've never eaten there, but you can go to any review, and they're not going to say anything bad. Their food's good, their drinks are good, the atmosphere is cool, it's themed very well. Everything about it is good, and I haven't seen a bad review, so that makes me really want to eat there.
Yeah, it is. It's Asian cuisine with, I'm trying to remember how Disney called it. It's Asian cuisine served in a Neapolitan style.
Cool.
Kind of thing. I don't know.
Sure, right?
When I was doing research, that's what I saw it as, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm going to let our listeners know that.
Wow. Now
You're
somebody's going to
welcome.
be listening and be like, oh, who knew?
Who knew? And then they're going to tell friends, and then they're going to tell friends that they heard it here on the
First.
Mouse Coast podcast. Anyway, we have never eaten at Yak and Yeti restaurant. But to say that we haven't really eaten at other than Rainforest Cafe, I don't think we've eaten at a sit down in Animal Kingdom.
No, I think that is true. One, because, when we were little, we weren't open for trying restaurants. That's not what we did for Disney. We didn't
Right.
go to Disney for the food. We went for all the attractions, the atmosphere, But I think nowadays, maybe it's just because we're older, food is kind of more important in our vacation, where we want to try new things and go to these restaurants. I even feel that Disney is starting to put more restaurants in their park to have that more
Experience.
food feel.
Yeah.
And not just have Disney Springs with
Man,
all the food.
Man, I love to eat.
Yeah, I very much like to
We just had dinner and now I'm hungry again.
Not talking about this.
It's fine. And I think it's also because Animal Kingdom hasn't necessarily been that all-day park. So we leave half a day, maybe, when they had a parade at, 3 o'clock, we might stay for that. If not, then leave right after that. So you're out of the park by 4 and you're eating somewhere else at another park or at that point Disney Springs or, whatever else you have planned for the evening. Because, again, we didn't like to try new stuff. And we went to the restaurants that we knew that we liked back then.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well said. Well said.
How about snack?
All right, so
What are you
my
snacking
snack, I will be getting some drinks from Punga Punga. That's probably not how you say that. So what?
It sounds good to me.
Sure, but that is the kind of the bar right in Pandora Land. So I would be getting drinks from there. We got it the one time. We got a couple different drinks and we all split it. And I never had those like orzo balls in the bottom of the drink.
Balls?
Yeah, Bumba balls.
Orzo.
What
Orzo's a pasta. I don't even know what to say. I literally don't. Can I have some extra orzo? And they just look at you like, what is he talking
Yeah,
about?
the Bumba balls. I don't know. They're like orzo's like a little ball, isn't it? A little ball pasta.
No.
Look up a picture right now. They don't pull a picture.
No.
I don't know. I thought it was called orzo. Whatever. The Bumba balls. Yeah. I never had those in a drink before, so they were a really cool like addition to our drink. They also have, I think they put that in the margarita, which is very good. They also have the frozen drinks there, which I highly recommend. So if you're looking for a good drink, go to Punga Punga.
Okay. Meanwhile, I've pulled up a picture of orzo pasta.
Nothing like a ball. Nothing like a ball.
No, it's like a
Rice.
flattened football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like a ball. All right.
I'm so glad I did that.
Alrighty then.
All right, so to move it on to my snack, it's just going to be a big bowl of orzo pasta.
Somebody make that a shirt. Just like a drink that has nothing but orzo in it.
Anyway, no, but close enough. Mine is from 8 Spoons Cafe, and it is baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork.
Shocker.
Really, really, really good. And not only is it really good, it helps when, like, let's say you get the meal plan and it does count for a snack, and it's an expensive snack at, I think, about $6.50, which is, good for a snack rather than like a popcorn for $3.50 or whatever.
Right.
So it's definitely a bang for your buck for a snack credit that way. But it goes to that kind of, maybe you had an early lunch or you had breakfast at the Boma at Animal Kingdom Lodge. You're holding off for dinner because you have it at another park and you're looking for something a little bit more substantial. This is definitely that item because it's filling and it's really, really, really good. So that's my snack, the baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork. 8 Spoons Cafe. It's actually like a food truck.
Yeah.
That's kind of like on the side there.
Yeah.
Close to Flame Tree Barbecue.
Yes. It's like right around the
Close-ish.
corner.
Yeah, right around the corner. Yeah. So that is my snack.
Yeah. All right.
So after we've done all of our attractions, we're eating, we're full. What show are you going to watch?
So my show is Finding Nemo the musical.
Darn. Okay.
This is, this musical has like really good music in it. The acting's always good, and the puppets are just out of this world. The music sticks in your head to where if you were to go listen to it again, like you would know all the words or like know the tune, or like even after you see it, you're kind of like humming the tune to yourself because, we do that. It also has some quotes in it that, it's a very quotable show. So that's always good. And then, like I said, the puppets are out of this world. How they all talk and, blink. At first, you're kind of paying attention to the humans, that are controlling the puppeteers that are controlling the puppets. But then as the show kind of starts to go on, you actually shift to the puppets themselves to see how, they're interacting. And then it just becomes like one whole thing to where, you don't even like notice the humans anymore. They're just a part of the show. So the puppetry for that is just fantastic.
I will say I do miss Tarzan Rocks, and I think it's because we kind of relate as kids growing up to that show and watching it all the time and starting that show off when we were little.
Yeah,
we should find that picture.
We should.
Anyway, so I do miss that show. The Nemo show is definitely really, really, really good. I flipped a coin for this one, but I fell on the Festival of the Lion King side.
Okay.
Again, and I think the deciding factor for me, even though I do enjoy the Nemo show, just length of time, I guess. It's a lengthy show.
Oh, it goes through the whole movie. Now, It's not an hour and a half long, but like it goes through the whole movie.
No, but they've added music to a movie that didn't have music but still tells the same story. Right. And the seats aren't comfortable at all. I don't know why they're not comfortable, but they're just not comfortable.
Right. I agree with that statement.
So anyway, I still fell on Festival of the Lion King. Still kind of a Broadway style type show with music and kind of acrobats and parade floats and it's yes
not like,
and no.
Yeah, like I don't know if I agree with a Broadway style show because one, it's theater in the round, which is like that is theater. You know what I mean? Like they do have that on Broadway. But with like the acrobats and I don't know if I considered it like a typical Broadway show.
Or just like a show.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just a show.
Yeah,
to call
you're
it
wrong
a show.
is what I'm trying to say.
But there's a lot of elements to it with, the kind of parade floats, with the acrobats, with, other stuff that dancing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
That's
well said.
Really, really good descriptive. No, but and I don't know if it's just because the Lion King, movie just came out, but it is a good kind of full celebration for the Lion King, which again, you're an animal kingdom. Why not?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with you. I was kind of in between the two. The deciding factor for me was the wait. I feel like it's a very long wait for Festival of the Lion King that you have to wait outside for it. Not that you don't have to wait outside for Nemo, but Nemo, there's not really like a bad seat in like the place. But for Festival of the Lion King, I feel the farther you sit back, kind of the less you're in on the action that's happening.
And because it's bench seating, I feel like if someone tall sits in front of you, it just blocks your whole view.
Right.
So I will give you that. But
right.
I'm glad that they have, within the last couple of years, they've enclosed it to where it's now air conditioned.
No,
it used
absolutely.
not to be.
Yeah, that was
which was interesting.
hot.
But I feel like once they enclosed it and kind of updated it a little bit, like just structure wise and float wise, it definitely brightened it up. It's what it needed.
No, absolutely. It's a fantastic show. I'm not trying to diss it, but like the deciding factor for me is just the wait time. If you want a good seat down near the front, you have to get there early and you just have to wait. For Nemo, you don't really need to sit in the front because no matter where you sit, like everything's happening right in front of you and you feel a part of the action. Like I kind of said, I'm not going to repeat myself. I'd like to think it's interesting that this is actually the first park that we did not pick the fireworks show, or not the fireworks, but like the nighttime
show.
Spectacular.
Yes,
So I think it's
Rivers of Light, which we have seen, but you've seen, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
we've seen it.
I questioned myself for a second, but I don't know. Good, interesting to watch once.
It's just missing something.
I don't know what that is, but
right, it's missing that like wow factor. Like near the end, they have this kind of big tree thing, big white tree that kind of comes up from the float and all extends out. And, it's going to kind of like do something and you're waiting for it. And then it gets like a little flame, like someone holding a lighter, trying to light a cigarette. We thought it was going to be like this big finale. And I understand we're in Animal Kingdom. There's animals. You really don't want to have fireworks going off right there because, the animals aren't used to that. So it's going to scare them. It's going to rile them up. I get it. I understand, but it's still missing something. It just felt very rushed.
Yeah.
And plus, since they had so many technical issues that they had to delay it for so long, like I thought it was just going to be that much better. Like, oh, they're having issues. They're going to fix the issues and make it this, crazy spectacular. But they didn't.
No, it's like they hurried up the fixes just to get the show on. And
yeah,
and it shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And like now they actually took the live actors out. So they're no longer live actors on the boat.
Right.
So like now it's just projections.
A show that runs itself.
Right.
Basically.
I mean, like, I get it. Magic Kingdom, there's no live actors in it. It's projections with fireworks.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like missing something.
Yeah. I think it's more because it's a show. So you're expecting kind of show quality. You're expecting like Nemo, the Festival of the Lion King type of stuff, but it's not.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
So going on from one show, how about meet and greet? Who are you going to meet and greet?
I am meeting Russell at Discovery Island.
Okay.
It's a small meet and greet. It's not like crowded. It's not crazy. I just think Russell's a really cool character since he is a wilderness explorer. I love that they have implemented that into Animal Kingdom, that you can like get go around the park and get badges basically for
that's really awesome.
Yeah. And then the fact that you can just like kind of meet Russell. He's a kid, and he has so many quotes just from Up that like we, will quote. So I really like.
I'm so glad they have a show in Animal Kingdom. I heard that's really good. Oh, and they've rewritten it twice.
Moving on.
That did not make our show.
No, that wasn't even a thought.
So for mine is going to be in Dino Land, and it's part of the Dino Bash that Donald is throwing, and it is Launchpad McQuack from DuckTales. Just, again, kind of all of this is kind of like the kind of childhood growing up watching DuckTales and now wanting to meet Launchpad McQuack, which, again, has been a while since he's been probably in any of the parks, probably since, DuckTales was original back, for me growing up as a kid, the 90s, so he hasn't been in the park, at least that I've seen, since then, which is a really, really cool experience. Again, had they not been there for, any of the characters from DuckTales, because like Scrooge, not Scrooge. Yeah, isn't it Scrooge?
Yeah, it's his uncle.
Yeah,
Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, from it. He's in it as well, from DuckTales, and he's there as a meet and greet. But if, the DuckTales weren't there, I would probably go, I guess, with Doug and Russell for their meet and greet, solely on the kind of wilderness explorer kind of theme around the park already, which, again, like you said, is a very, very, very cool addition.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm trying to think of, I know there's Mickey and Minnie that you can meet in their classic safari attire.
Yeah. I thought crossed too that, I was kind of in between. I'm going to mess up their names, but like the Mecha Rangers from Pandora. There's the big robots that like the humans sit in.
Yeah.
One of those you can actually meet in Avatar Land.
But it's
so like that. I mean, like that would be cool.
Would that be classified as a kind of a meet and greet?
I don't know, because he's like walking around.
Yeah, it's more. From what I understand, I've only seen it for like a couple minutes, but he comes out, like says things, kind of interacts with guests, and then goes away.
Kind of like the stormtroopers almost. It's like a stormtrooper march.
Yeah, Hollywood Studios. Yeah.
I can't, like Poison Ivy. I don't know what her name is.
What?
In like the front of the park, she's always on stilts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I can't.
Comment her name. Email us if you know her name.
I can't think of it. Is it just Ivy?
It might be. I have no idea.
Tree?
That's definitely wrong.
Limb?
That's okay. You're getting wronger. That's
Okay, well, anyway, moving on. Where are you finishing up your day to kind of shop?
So I am finishing up my practically perfect day at Animal Kingdom with the Mombasa Marketplace, which is located in Africa. It's got a lot of the traditional Animal Kingdom, style merchandise. Like it's got I don't know what it's called. It's the drum on the stick with the 2 beads on the side, and you twist it in your hands. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like it has like that stuff that's traditional, but like it also has some like unique items. But I really like the feel of it. That it is kind of, it feels a little bit like a marketplace that you would kind of find in the African savannah. And plus, if you hit it at the right time, there's always the kind of band right outside that is playing music. So like it just kind of helps to the overall theming and feel of this shop that I really like.
For my shopping experience, I'm going to say I put Wind Traders, and that's the kind of gift shop right outside of Flight of Passage at kind of the exit.
Where you can get the Banshee and stuff?
Yes, yeah. And I like it because it's kind of immersive. You get off the ride and you're still kind of immersed in the whole entire land, which is really, really, really cool. But I'm going to say, I think I might have to make a decision and change it for yours. Because, I don't know, I kind of figured that all of the beating on the drum and stuff like that, you get that kind of culture-enriched experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like when you go into that shop, it's really annoying hearing that drum go off. But when you walk into that shop, you have to touch the drum and you have to play with it. Like it's just something that you have to do. I don't know.
That's just something that you and I, especially that you and I do, and a bunch of kids under 10.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's totally fine. We're not going to get judged. We're totally going to get judged. So yeah, I'm going to have to make that decision, and I think I'm going to go with yours, even though I put Wind Traders for that gift shop, which is, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with yours. Yeah. I'm going to switch it up so we can shop together.
I like it.
And in Africa, they have that good confectionery too.
Yes.
That we found one time, and then we forgot where it was at. And then just recently, we found it again.
So it actually sounds like we would kind of spend our attractions together. We would dine a little bit together. But then I think the show meet and greet is kind of where
we'd part ways.
Yeah, we'd part ways. But we'd come back together for shopping, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's cute. We're brotherly love. All right.
At least that's what we'll tell Mom.
That's a good place to end it now.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review as it helps us improve the show. And as always, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Facebook. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.